You know what's holding most people back? It's not a lack of talent. It's not a lack of resources. It's weakness. Not physical weakness. Mental weakness. Emotional weakness. The kind that makes you quit halfway through. That makes you scroll endlessly instead of getting to work. That convinces you that your dreams are too far out of reach. And if you're honest with yourself, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've had moments where you said you were going to change, didn't you? I'm going to start working out. I'm going to finally build that business. I'm going to stop wasting time. But what happened? A week later, maybe even a day later, you fell right back into old habits. Because motivation fades. And when it fades, discipline is supposed to take over. But if you don't have discipline, if you don't have grit, that's when weakness shows up and runs your life. Here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not a lucky break. No one. You are the only one who can change your situation. And you will never do it by staying comfortable. You're weak because you keep choosing comfort over growth. You're weak because you care more about instant gratification than long-term success. You're weak because every time life gets even slightly uncomfortable, you run. Think about how you handle challenges. The second things get hard, you start bargaining with yourself, making excuses, justifying failure. That voice in your head that tells you to stay in bed instead of getting up early, to order fast food instead of cooking, to procrastinate instead of finishing your work. That voice is destroying your potential. And every time you listen to it, you reinforce weakness. You're training yourself to be soft. And society doesn't help, does it? Everywhere you look, there's a message telling you to take it easy. You deserve a break. Treat yourself. It's okay, no pressure. No, that mindset is poison. Of course, rest is important. Of course, mental health matters. But let's be real. Most people are not overworked. Most people are under-disciplined. We've built a culture where it's normal to be lazy and call it self-care, where avoiding discomfort is considered healthy. And that's why people are stuck. Do you want to know why you're unhappy? Why you're anxious all the time? Why you feel like life isn't moving forward? It's because deep down, you know you're not living up to your potential. You know you could be doing more, but you keep settling for less. That feeling you have, that frustration, that dissatisfaction, it's your mind screaming at you to toughen up, to grow, to push harder. Weakness is not just a personality trait. It's a habit. It's a pattern of choosing the easy way out over and over again. And every time you do that, you make it harder to change. You build a weaker mindset with every excuse you make. But here's the good news. Mental strength is also a habit. Discipline is a skill. Confidence is built. No one is born mentally strong. They create it through suffering, through struggle, through choosing hard things on purpose. Look at the people you admire, the ones who are fit, successful, confident, respected. Do you think they got there by always feeling motivated? No, they built themselves in silence. They got up on days they didn't feel like it. They trained when no one was watching. They sacrificed comfort for growth. And every single one of them had to battle that same voice of weakness that you have. The only difference is they stopped listening to it. You can't keep living like this. You can't keep letting your emotions control your actions. You feel tired, so you skip the gym. You feel stressed, so you binge on junk food. You feel bored, so you scroll for hours. Do you see the pattern? Your entire life is being dictated by feelings instead of choices. And that's the root of weakness. You think strength is about willpower, but it's not. It's about identity. It's about becoming the type of person who does hard things no matter how they feel. And yes, that's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to fail. You're going to get laughed at. You're going to feel like quitting. But that's the entire point. Strength is forged in discomfort. Growth happens when you're on the edge. When your back is against the wall. When everything in you wants to give up, but you push through anyway. Stop asking for life to be easier. Start asking to be stronger. You've been taught to avoid pain. But pain is your greatest teacher. Every time you've grown in your life, every time you've leveled up, it's been through struggle. Think about it. Learning a new skill, going through heartbreak, facing rejection, grinding for a goal. All of those moments hurt, but they made you better. Weakness is running from that pain. Strength is embracing it. The reason so many people never change is because they expect transformation to feel good. They think discipline will magically feel natural one day. It won't. You will not feel like it in the beginning. That's why most people quit. They mistake discomfort for failure. They think, if this feels hard, I must not be cut out for it. No, the hard part is the necessary part. You earn respect for yourself by doing things that are hard. The truth is, no one respects weakness, not even you. You don't respect yourself when you break promises to yourself. You don't respect yourself when you quit on your goals. You don't respect yourself when you choose easy over meaningful. And deep down, that's why you're stuck. It's not because you're unlucky or untalented. It's because you've built a habit of letting yourself off the hook. That has to end today. Weakness is not a life sentence. It's a choice you've been making. And every choice you make from this moment forward is either going to make you weaker or stronger. No one is forcing you to scroll for hours. No one is forcing you to stay in bed. No one is forcing you to waste your potential. You are choosing it. And if you're choosing weakness, you can choose strength. So let's get real. You've been waiting for motivation, right? Waiting for the perfect time, the perfect mindset, the perfect opportunity. But here's a harsh truth. Motivation is useless. Motivation is a spark, not a fuel source. It fades, it dies out. And if you keep relying on it, you'll never build the life you want. Strong people don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits, on discipline, on systems. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. It wants to keep you safe and comfortable. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you avoid hard work. It's not because you're lazy. It's because your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort. But comfort is killing you. Comfort is making you weaker every single day. The only way to rewire your brain is to push through resistance, to step into discomfort until it becomes normal. Here's how you start. Stop negotiating with yourself. You wake up and you feel tired. Your brain says, hit snooze. You get a choice. Listen or don't. You're about to go to the gym, and your brain says, skip it today, it's fine. Another choice. The strongest people in the world still hear that voice. They just don't obey it. Every time you act against your feelings, you're training yourself to become stronger. Start with small wins. Don't try to change your entire life in a week. Build the identity of someone who doesn't quit, someone who does what they say they're going to do. That's where strength starts, not in huge accomplishments, but in small promises kept. Wake up when you said you'd wake up. Do the workout, even if it's short. Put your phone down and read for 10 minutes instead of scrolling. You don't become unbreakable overnight. You earn it brick by brick. Your brain builds habits through repetition, not inspiration. The first time you choose discipline over comfort, it's hard. The second time, it's still hard. But the 10th time, the 100th time, that's when it becomes who you are. Weakness is a pattern, but so is strength. And when you choose strength enough times, your default changes. Suddenly, doing hard things isn't extraordinary, it's just normal. But you can't build this strength without pain. And that's the problem. Most people are so allergic to pain that they never grow. Pain is feedback. Pain is proof you're pushing yourself. You want mental toughness? You have to earn it through struggle. That means you're going to have days when you're exhausted. Days when you feel like quitting. Days when you think it's not worth it. That's where most people stop. But those are the exact moments that define you. Think about athletes, soldiers, entrepreneurs, anyone at the top of their game. They're not superhuman. They just mastered the art of doing what most people won't. They learned how to sit with discomfort. They learned how to push one more rep, make one more call, write one more page. They trained themselves to do the work even when they didn't feel like it. That's not talent. That's mental conditioning. Your mind is like a muscle. If you never challenge it, it stays weak. If you always avoid discomfort, your tolerance for discomfort shrinks. But if you push yourself every single day, mentally, emotionally, physically, you become someone who thrives under pressure. Stress stops breaking you. Fear stops controlling you. Pain stops scaring you. That's how you become unstoppable. So let's break the cycle. Weakness is learned behavior. Maybe you grew up being coddled. Maybe you surrounded yourself with people who settle for mediocrity. Maybe no one ever demanded more from you. Fine. But now you're an adult. Now it's your responsibility to hold yourself accountable. Stop blaming your childhood. Stop blaming your parents. Stop blaming circumstances. You are not a victim. You're just choosing weakness because it's easy. Every day you make choices that either strengthen or weaken you. What you eat, how you spend your time, what you consume online, who you hang out with. You either surround yourself with people who push you forward or people who drag you down. And if you're serious about building strength, you need to be ruthless about your environment. Stop wasting hours on toxic social media. Stop hanging around people who settle. Stop doing things that drain your energy. Instead, design your environment for discipline. Keep distractions out of reach. Put reminders where you can see them. Build routines that make success automatic. If you have to use sheer willpower every day, you'll burn out. Strong people don't just rely on willpower. They make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. That's how you win long term. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Again, you need to start doing hard things on purpose. Not because you feel like it. Not because it's fun. But because every time you do something hard, you build mental armor. Start with something small. Take a cold shower. Go for a run when it's raining. Wake up earlier than you want to. Every time you choose discomfort, you're telling your brain, I'm in control, not you. You can't build strength if you never test yourself. Stop waiting for life to hand you challenges. Create them. Seek them out. That's how you grow. And when real problems show up, and they will, you'll be ready. You won't crumble at the first sign of adversity, because you'll have built resilience in advance. You need to hear this. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not a mentor, not a motivational video, not even this one. I can yell at you, inspire you, push you with words, but at the end of the day, it's you versus you. And right now you're losing that battle. You've been losing for years. Every time you hit snooze, every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, every time you choose comfort over progress, you are proving to yourself that you're not strong enough to live the life you want. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good, because that's the first step to change. You've been running from discomfort for so long that you forgot what it feels like to demand more from yourself. You've been soft for so long that you've convinced yourself that mediocrity is normal. It's not. Mediocrity is a disease, and it spreads every time you choose weakness. This isn't about being perfect. It's about refusing to stay weak. You don't need another book. You don't need another course. You don't need someone to hold your hand. You need to get up right now and start taking action. You need to earn your own respect, because that's what strength really is. Respect for yourself. Confidence doesn't come from affirmations. It comes from evidence. From proving to yourself every single day that you do what you say you're going to do. So stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you're going to change next Monday, next month, next year. Stop telling yourself you're not ready. You will never feel ready. The strongest people you know weren't ready either. They just started. They acted before they felt like it. And that's why they're strong now. Do you understand how dangerous it is to keep living like this? Every day you waste is a day you'll never get back. Every excuse you make is a chain you're wrapping tighter around yourself. You are building your own prison. And the longer you wait to change, the harder it will be to break free. But here's the good news. You can still break free. You can still rewrite your story. You can still become the kind of person who commands respect. But you need to start now. You need to stop being so soft. You need to stop letting your emotions control your life. You need to stop treating your potential like it's worthless. You were not put on this planet to be average. You were not put here to live a life of comfort and regret. You were put here to fight, to grow, to push yourself past every limit your mind tries to set. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep scrolling? Keep making excuses? Keep saying, I'll start tomorrow? Or are you going to draw a line in the sand right now and decide that you're done being weak? This is your wake-up call. This is your moment. No one's going to do it for you. It's you. It's always been you. From this moment forward, everything changes. Not because I said so, but because you choose it. Every rep you push through when your muscles burn. Every late night you spend working instead of wasting time. Every time you tell that lazy voice in your head to shut up, you're rewriting your identity. You're becoming unstoppable. You're becoming dangerous. You're becoming the person you were always meant to be. So stand up. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for a sign. This is the sign. This is it. You don't get another life. You don't get a second chance at today. Get out there, do the work, and earn the strength you've been pretending you want, because the only person standing in your way is you. And it's time you destroy that version of yourself that's been holding you back. No more weakness. No more excuses. No more wasted time. From today forward, you fight for everything you want. You suffer for it. You bleed for it. You earn it. And when you do, when you finally see what you're capable of, you'll realize that strength was never about muscles, or talent, or luck. It was about refusing to quit. So stop being weak. Start being relentless. Start being disciplined. Start being dangerous. Start being the person who terrifies their own excuses. Start today. Start now.